Hello my friends, this is Jose from LuoVita. Today I'm talking about how to discover what will make someone successful in life. So if you're curious, we will discover it together. So many people dream of a fulfilling career, a well-paying job, a happy family. But how can you achieve these goals? So we are going to discuss what sets these people apart. So the first thing is they have a strong will. So being a strong-willed person is often seen as being busy or headstrong, but it's also some important thing. So strong-willed people are eager to achieve their goals and don't give up easily. So when things get, for example, difficult, they don't let nerves or rejections get in their way, and they know how to deal with them. So they also have a clear sense of what their values are and won't betray them for anything or anyone. So they will refuse to do or say anything that goes against their morals or beliefs, no matter how much pressure they receive from others. They are all enthusiastic about life and always look for ways to fix things that can be fixed. It doesn't mean they're blind to the fact that some things can't just be fixed, but they just know that how to make the most out of what they have and will maximize this potential. They also won't be bothered by what other people think and stick with their decision. Sometimes regardless of the consequences. We don't need to do this to the extreme, but they really aren't afraid to take risks. So being brave is really this important quality to have when it comes to take risks. Right? Successful people they don't settle for this status quo, and they aren't afraid to speak up when there's something they believe in. They know what the risk is of speaking up, and this will not always work out, but they are willing to take the chance in order to change their world for the better and the world around them. But this risk taking, this has emotional stakes, such as commitment to an idea, a person, or a value. I know it can be frightening to put yourself in the spotlight and make yourself vulnerable, but to rejection or humiliation, but it's this reward, it's worth the discomfort, believe me. So getting good at taking risk is like building up any other skill. It takes practice. If you want to build up this risk taking, try, for example, to make these small changes in your life, such as trying to just try a new skill, for example. Going on a road trip or joining a club or committing to this low-risk decisions will help you to improve your skills before you take on the bigger ones. So what these people also have in common, as I said, we can deduct is that they aren't afraid to fail. For example, getting a job or marathon or business deal or something, failure is not really pleasant, right? It can be bad for our ego, or it can make us feel like we never succeed. But this is why it's really important to learn how to be honest with yourself and about your own failures and how to have this, how they impact you. So being able to acknowledge the bad, as the good in a given situations can help you come up with this creative ideas or ways to overcome it. Unsuccessful people, for example, tend to blame the bad and the outcomes on external factors, such as people or circumstances, and sometimes it happens, right? But rather than focusing on the bad, successful people are more focused on the different ways they can achieve success. Their actions are, for example, aligned with their beliefs and their big picture goals. And this way, their failures are more of this learning experience than the setback. And they don't give up, and they are willing to take risk in order to eventually achieve this goal, this success. what this means, they must have, or we must have, this healthy respect for ourselves. So this means that we must understand what our strengths are and how to profit from them. We must know what our weaknesses are and how to work to overcome them. This is really a quality it's not easy, for someone to master, but it's really important if you want to achieve success. Another thing successful people do is keep this vision for themselves. They believe, we talked about this vision boards, but they believe, that they have the power to change the situation and the things will work out in the end. This is really something also linked to our intuition. This is a quality that many unsuccessful people lack. So successful people know how to forgive themselves and others. This doesn't mean that they agree with the other person, but it does mean that they let go of any negative emotions that may holding them back. So they believe that by forgiving themselves and others, they will be able to forgive and move forward. And this will make this progress in their lives. So they aren't afraid of ask questions. So, as I said, they are not really focused on the status quo. They're always asking questions and looking for ways to improve things. They're also never afraid to ask for help and aren't afraid to ask their networks for the answers they need. They know that being honest is the best way to get the information they need. And this helps them to solve problems and move forwards with their goals. Successful people also have this great sense of humor and can appreciate the creativity of others. This helps them to maintain this perspective when it comes to difficult situations sometimes. And what we should also do is not being afraid sometimes to go against the flow. That means being brave, of course, and it's not always, being brave is not always the best way. How do I put this? Successful people know and are willing to take what it means, what it takes to take the job. That means they have a clear vision and mission for their lives and aren't afraid to go against the flow. And they don't let anyone tell them that something can't be done. Instead, they seek the truth and strive really to make this happen. So this type of confidence shouldn't be confused. For example, it's not arrogance, right? It's because they are able to maintain this perspective and recognize really the effort that it takes, They aren't afraid to email or call someone who has experience in the situation and to see what advice they can offer. They're always learning and looking for new perspectives that push themselves out of their comfort zone. So this is what allows them to continue to grow and develop their talents. So that means they aren't afraid to take responsibility for their actions. And they don't blame others. So this does mean that they don't shift the attention away from themselves. This allows them to learn from their mistakes and move forward with this integrity, right? So sometimes they are visionaries and can envision a goal in their mind, so they know that it's important to set realistic goals and break those down into smaller goals. And they're also aware that that's important to work on themselves and have this self-worth. So it's really important component, As I said, indirectly I said they aren't afraid to make this change. A big part of success is being brave to make changes when it comes to how to approach things. For example, when it comes to getting more done, try thinking of how you could change the way you work so that you can get more done in less time. So this is habit, right? Successful people know that they can achieve what they set out to do. They Also, they realize that the road to success isn't always straight and smooth, and of course, common sense, but they understand that they have to commit a lot of their time and energy to reach their goal and are willing to stick with it, even when things don't go exactly as planned, and they never go, right? They separate their long-term goals into smaller goals, and then they are aware that each small step will eventually help them to accomplish this bigger goal. So they don't let failure hinder their plan, because they believe that every effort they make is important. It's an important part of their success story, of their goals. So I hope this was really insightful and helped you seeing things in a different perspective. So let me know in the comments. Subscribe to our blog also. Once a week I send out this helpful list, how do you call it, resources that put in place our thoughts, our ideas to see opportunities. So let me know, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.